Are you leading while spiritually exhausted? If you are a creative leader, an entrepreneur, or a professional building a brand, I know how easy it is to look like you have it all together on the outside. But today, I want to pull back the curtain on this channel and share the real story behind why I created the 31 Days of Christian Guided Meditation series. A few years ago, during the height of the COVID-19 pandemic and the months that followed, I was passing through a season of profound, silent suffering. On the outside, I was a professional, trying to hold my work, my business, and my life together. But on the inside, I was navigating a personal crisis that my own family, my friends, and my relatives knew absolutely nothing about. I was experiencing what so many leaders go through, the silent isolation of carrying a heavy burden that you feel you cannot share. Despite having been a Christian for a long time, the trauma and the exhaustion left me completely depleted. I reached a point where I didn't even know how to pray for myself anymore. The words just wouldn't come. That is how the 31 Days of Christian Meditation came about. It wasn't born out of me having everything figured out. It was born out of a genuine, urgent need for my own survival and restoration. When I couldn't find the words to pray, I started writing these meditations as a structured, gentle guide for my own spirit. I poured my exact feelings into the scripts. If you listen to day 17 of the series, you will hear me acknowledge the weariness that sometimes overtakes me on this journey of life. That was my actual professional burnout speaking. I realized I couldn't muscle my way through the journey anymore. I had to stop and ask God for the grace to patiently endure the weight of those challenges. If you listen to day 18, you will hear me say that each of us have felt alone or abandoned when it seemed our world had been shattered by bad news. I wrote that to create a safe space for myself, to remind my own heart that even in the times when darkness overshadows our circumstances and we cannot see hope, God comes into the center of our pain and weakness and faithfully holds us up. And because I didn't know how to pray, I created simple visual anchors. In day 4, I guided myself to simply breathe and visualize God's healing presence entering my heart, gently enveloping and soothing my emotional wounds. I learned to share my pain and struggles with Him, trusting that He mends our broken hearts even when we lack the perfect words. I walked this 31-day path daily myself. I read them, I meditated on them, and I uploaded them. It became my anchor in the storm. And by the end of that journey, I was healed. Just as I summarized in the final day 31 video, this daily practice of surrendering to God's grace leads directly to true emotional healing, stress reduction, and holistic wellness. It addressed the very wounds, anxieties, and negative thought patterns I was battling behind closed doors. So why am I sharing this with you now? Why is this the foundation of CustomThreads, as we pivot to focus on creative leadership and intentional living? Because creative leaders, entrepreneurs, and professionals are notoriously isolated. We frequently hide our overwhelming stress, our financial fears, and our spiritual exhaustion from our teams, our friends, and our families, exactly as I did during the pandemic. I know that leadership without spiritual grounding leads to burnout. I know that growth without biblical alignment leads to confusion. If you are building a venture, leading a team, creating a brand, or transitioning in your career, you cannot afford to lead on empty. You have to strengthen your inner foundation before you focus on external execution. I invite you to take this 30-day Christian guided meditation challenge with me. Each video is only 10 to 15 minutes long. Before you check your emails, before you dive into your projects, give yourself the grace to sit in stillness. Let God's word renew your mind, heal your hidden anxieties, and give you the mental clarity you need to lead effectively. You don't have to carry the weight of your journey alone. If you don't have the words to pray today, borrow mine. Let's walk this path together, and let's build from a place of profound peace, wisdom, and spiritual wholeness. Click the playlist linked on the screen to start day 1. I will see you there. Stay blessed always.